We went to see If last night, not the horror movie, the cute little movie that John Krasinski did for his kids. And oh my goodness, that was seriously the cutest thing I've ever seen. It was the most adorable movie I have ever seen in my entire life. But it was also sweet and heartfelt, and the young actress in it was wonderful. And Grandma was adorable, and just, oh my goodness. There was so much to love about that movie. John Krasinski really did a wonderful job with this movie. So if you have not seen If, please go see it. And when I mean If, not Imaginary Friends is a horror movie. I mean If, okay? Stands for Imaginary Friend, not the same movie. So, it was just, I walked out of that movie feeling really good. Really good. It was wonderful. All right. So we are starting on part 3 today, which is spiritual mind healing. Now, part 2 was spiritual mind healing as well. But this is the second division, which is practice. And it says, determining destiny, the technique by which we will lay hold of mind power and prove its practicality. So, chapter 13 is cause and causations. Now, chapter 13 is a short long chapter. It's only 7 pages. So it's going to be 2 shorter sessions. Cause it's 7 pages. I could do it in one, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to break it up, and we'll do part 1 today and part 2 tomorrow. That means that when I can't keep my comments to myself, we won't go as long. You can tell that I'm feeling better than when I started this. All right. The first section is called Mental Practice Deals Only with Thought. The philosophy of spiritual mind healing is based upon the conception that we are living in a universe of intelligence, a spiritual universe, that thoughts are things that that definite states of consciousness. As they become subjective, operate through a creative field and tend to reproduce themselves in form. I did say Ernest is very interesting, has very interesting use of punctuation. So when I stop like that, it means the punctuation is weird and I'm not sure where he's going. All right. Sorry, that's only the first paragraph and I'm already flummoxed. All right. Therefore, it logically follows that this system of treatment is for the purpose of uncovering and neutralizing the wrong states of thought, of building in mind a concept of our spiritual birthright. Thought which is built upon a realization of the divine presence, has the power to neutralize negative thought, to erase it. Just as light has the power to overcome darkness, not by combating darkness, but by being exactly what it is, light. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. Comprehended it not. That's a quote. Therefore, spiritual mind treatment does not concern itself with unpleasant conditions, nor with imperfect manifestations, either in one's body or in the body of one's affairs. Treatment is for the purpose of inducing an interior awareness, an interior realization in the mind of the practitioner pertaining to the spiritual perfection of the person for whom they are working. Okay? Next section is changeless reality. Spirit is changeless reality. That which we call personality is the instrument through which spirit operates. But spirit can operate for the individual only by operating through them. Spirit is never bound by the form it takes and is not affected by the apparent cause or condition, but is forever free. Spirit not only fills all forms, but surges around them and through them. Ice is formed from water. All ice is some form of water. Just so God and people exist in an eternal state of unity. The solid and the liquid are one substance. We are dealing with an impersonal principle. It will operate for one just as quickly as for another because it is a law. Dare to speak and to know that what you speak is the law unto the things spoken, regardless of what conditions exist. One alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. Knowing this in your thought, work in perfect peace and calm. Always expect the good. Emphasis earnest. Have enthusiasm, and above all, have a consciousness of love, a radiant feeling flowing through your consciousness at all times. Treat yourself until you have an inner sense of unity with all good. Now, I'm going to go back to this one line. Where was it? Spirit is never bound by the form it takes. It's a reminder to you that this is a form that Spirit has taken. Spirit is not bound by this form. You are not bound by this form. It's where we get principles not bound by precedent as well. So, all right. Moving on to the perfect universe. We must seek to realize the spiritual universe, regardless of any condition which appears. If we would embody the greatest good, if the spiritual universe were not perfect, it could not exist for a single moment. The truth is invisible and whole. Nope, sorry. The truth is indivisible and whole. God is complete and perfect. A perfect cause must produce a perfect effect. Disregarding all evidence to the contrary, the student of truth will maintain that they live in a perfect universe and among people potentially perfect. They will regulate their thinking to meet this necessity and will refuse to believe in its opposite. At first, they may be influenced by conditions and they may appear to be weak. But as time goes on, they will prove to themselves that their position is the correct one, or a correct one, that for that which appears imperfect will begin to slip from their experience. To daily meditate on the perfect life, and let me remind you, perfect doesn't mean flawless, perfect means whole, perfect means complete, okay? So, we get this idea of perfect and no, okay? So, perfect means whole. If it helps to daily meditate on the perfect life, you could also say to daily meditate on the whole life, okay? Capital, obviously. He's using a capital P, I'm using a capital W. So, back to the reading. To daily meditate on the perfect life and to daily embody the great ideal is a royal road to freedom. To that peace which passeth understanding, and is happiness to the soul of people. Let us learn to see as God must, with a perfect vision. Let us learn to... Oh, wait. Apparently I need to read that line again. All right. Let us learn to see as God must, with a perfect vision. Let us seek the good and the true and believe in them with our whole heart. Even though every person we meet is filled with suffering and limitations appear at all sides. We cannot afford to believe in imperfection for a single second. To do so is to doubt God. It is to believe in a power apart from God, to believe in another creator. Let us daily say to ourselves, perfect God within me, perfect life within me, which is God, come forth into expression through me as that which I am. Lead me ever into the paths of perfection and cause me to see only the good. And what does that sound like? It sounds like the SOM, right? By this practice, the soul will become illuminated and will acquaint itself with God and be at peace. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your spirit which is in heaven is perfect. All right. We've got 2 sections left. Turn entirely from the condition. Behold thou my face forevermore. Look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. That is, look up and not down. The reason a person has difficulty in throwing off such weakness of character while believing in spirit implicity and having faith is that they are going to overcome their limitations, is because they have not induced the necessary images in mind. If they had, they would have overcome their trouble. Thinking of their weakness keeps the image of it before them. We cannot be too insistent upon this all-important point in treating. We must turn entirely away from the condition. Emphasis earnest. Disease and limitation are neither person, place, nor thing. Turn entirely from the condition or limited situation to its opposite, to the realization of health, happiness, and harmony. Spiritual treatment starts with with perfect God, perfect person, and perfect being, which statement consciously removes any belief which denies such manifestation. Okay. When we treat, we focus on what we want, not what we don't want. Because as he said in that paragraph, when we focus on basically what we focus on is where our power goes. So if we're focused on what we don't want, that's where our power is going, and we're going to get more of what we don't want. So we focus on what we want. We focus on the good. All right? That is exactly what that paragraph said, or section said. Last section for today is look only at what you want, which is what I just said, right? Look only at what you want. Never look at that which you do not wish to experience. No matter what the false condition may be, it must be refuted. The proper kind of a denial is based upon the recognition that, in reality, there is no limitation. For mind can easily make a planet as an acorn. The infinite knows no difference between $1 million and a penny. It only knows that it is. It is the consciousness back of the word that forms the word. Consciousness means the inner embodiment of an idea through the recognition of truth and a direct relationship to the divine. The greatest teacher who ever lived was the most spiritual man, for the more universal and comprehensive the thought, the more godlike it must become. A good treatment is always filled with the recognition of the presence of God or good. This automatically wipes out any picture of undesirable conditions, for the Spirit of God is a law of elimination and obliteration to everything unlike itself. Even in what we term spiritual things, we are still dealing with the law of cause and effect, for God is law. The more exalted, the more heavenly, the more boundless, the more godlike or Christ-like the thought is, the more power it will have. This is why the greatest teacher became the Savior. A spiritual genius would have to be a savior. All right. So we use words like spiritual and we use words like spiritual equivalent, mental equivalent, and that's what we're talking about. We don't. It's one of those things of we use deny in a couple of different ways. Okay, so we don't deny that people have. We don't deny that people suffer. We don't deny that people have terrible experiences. We look those conditions in the face and say, that is not the truth of you. Okay? So it's not that we don't live in this fantasy land of nothing has ever been wrong. We live in the fantasy land of there is a place where nothing has ever been wrong. And that's where we want to go when we treat. And we want to bring back that whole idea of completeness, of wholeness, of, this is the way things can be. This is the way things are. So, all right. So we are going to start on page 187 with never limit your view of life tomorrow. And that is it. So I'm going to do a couple of basic housekeepings, which look like the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Reverend on the social medias that I am on. We try and put up, light, bright, funny, helpful, enlightening, useful stuff. And it's one of the easiest ways that you can support us is by going to like and follow and subscribe and share and comment on that stuff, the social media. All it costs is a click. All right. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please you can either email info@creativelife.org. That's the constant contact. And that will get you one email a week, and the hot links are hot. You can also go to the website. The website is creativelife.org. So there you go. Easy enough, right? Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a adorable day, a wrapping up the week day, a go dance in the rain day, a hopefully you dry out a little bit day, enjoy the weather while we've got it day, a go for a walk day, a call a friend day, a hug your fur baby day, a good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, your spirit in motion, you are God in action. Right? Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. That's the goal here. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And if you start from there, anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day, so I'm going to remind you, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. I will see you next time.